Artificial intelligence, two words that have become synonym with the future. AI is all around us, from the apps in our pocket to the autonomous systems on our streets. It's transforming industries, solving complex problems, and opening doors to possibilities once confined to science fiction. But behind this shiny facade lies a much darker reality. In this video, we will explore the duality of AI, the immense potential it offers, and the significant risk it carries. AI has brought incredible advancement in healthcare, finance, communication, and more. Yet, with every groundbreaking achievement, there is a lurking shadow, unexpected failures, ethical dilemmas, and dangers we are only beginning to comprehend. Think about it. AI systems today can detect cancer earlier than any human doctor. They can analyze financial markets, predict trends, and even drive cars. It's easy to be dazzled by these innovations, but as AI gets smarter, the line between benefits and harm become increasingly blurred. On one side of the scale, AI is heralded as a solution to global challenges, climate change, resource management, even space exploration. But on the other side, there is the very possibility of catastrophic failures, algorithms that inherit biases, systems that make life-altering decisions, and technologies that are used for surveillance and control. The duality of AI is not just about its applications, it's about the fundamental question: who controls AI and to what ends? While some push for innovations at any cost, others are raising the alarm about AI's unchecked development and the unintended consequences that come with it. As we move forward in this exploration of AI's darker side, remember, the very technology that promises to solve the world's problem could also be the source of our next great crisis. AI is powerful, but it's also unpredictable, and that's what makes it both revolutionary and dangerous. AI promises efficiency, accuracy, and even a future free from human error. But what happens when the technology we trust goes wrong? When algorithms misfire, the consequences can be both surprising and devastating. In this chapter, let's explore some of the most notorious AI failures that remind us just how flawed these systems can be. First, let's talk about one of the most widely anticipated technologies: autonomous vehicles. Companies like Tesla and Uber have been racing to perfect self-driving cars, promising safer roads and a world where human error is eliminated from driving. But the reality, we are not quite there yet. In 2018, a self-driving Uber struck and killed a pedestrian in Arizona. The system failed to correctly classify the person as a pedestrian, leading to a tragic, preventable accident. Incidents like this show that despite the sophisticated algorithms, AI is far from foolproof when lives are on the line. Next, let's dive into the world of hiring algorithms. Companies like Amazon and others have turned to AI to streamline recruitment, hoping to identify the best candidate based on data. But in practice, these systems have often replicated the very biases they were supposed to eliminate. Amazon's AI hiring tool was designed to review resumes and make unbiased recommendations. But instead, it learned from biased historical data and downgraded resumes that included the word women's. In the end, this tool reinforced the same discriminatory practices it was meant to overcome. Then there is the infamous case of Microsoft's Tay, an AI chatbot released on Twitter in 2016. Tay was designed to learn from conversations with users and become more natural in its interaction. But within hours, it was hijacked by trolls who fed it toxic language and racist content, turning it into a hate-spewing bot. Microsoft had to shut it down within 24 hours. This incident exposed how quickly AI can be corrupted when left unchecked in a wrong environment. It also highlighted the limitation of current AI systems in distinguishing right from wrong. Facial recognition technology is another area where AI failures have sparked serious debate. Used by law enforcement and security agencies worldwide, it's supposed to enhance safety, but in practice, it has led to wrongful arrest, particularly affecting people of color. In Detroit, Robert Williams was arrested because a facial recognition system incorrectly identified him as a suspect in a crime. Despite these systems being lauded for their accuracy, they have consistently shown higher error rates when identifying people from minority communities. These examples are just the tip of iceberg, from biased healthcare algorithms that offer different treatment recommendations based on race to high speed trading bots that have caused market flash crashes. AI has repeatedly shown that it can fail often with significant consequences. But what's driving these failures? In many cases, it's not just the algorithms themselves, it's the data that they are trained on, the assumption baked into their design, and the environment they operated in. When AI goes wrong, it's often because its technology reflects and amplifies the flaws in the real world. Artificial intelligence is rapidly changing the way we live, work, and interact. But as we embrace AI's capabilities, we are also opening a Pandora's box of ethical challenges. In this chapter, we will dive into some of the most pressing ethical dilemmas posed by AI, issues that could reshape society if left unaddressed. Let's start with the surveillance and privacy, one of the most immediate ethical concerns in today's AI landscape. AI driven surveillance systems are becoming more prevalent across the globe, used by governments and corporations alike. While they are justified as tools for safety and security, they also carry the risk of infringing on personal privacy and civil liberties. China's social credit system is a prime example. AI powered surveillance tracks everything from financial behavior to social interactions, assigning citizens a score that can determine their access to jobs, loans, and even travel. While it may seem efficient, the ethical implications are alarming. This level of surveillance can easily lead to authoritarian control and loss of individual freedoms. Next, let's discuss deepfakes. On the surface, AI generated deepfake technology can be fun or impressive, but it is also poses serious risk. Deepfakes are being weaponized for misinformation campaigns, political manipulation, and even personal attacks. From fake speeches by world leaders to counterfeit videos used for blackmail, the ethical line between creativity and malicious intent is becoming dangerously blurred. Then there is the ethical dilemma of using AI in justice system. AI is increasingly being used to assess risk, determine bail, and even suggest sentencing. But these algorithms are only as good as the data they are trained on, and in many cases, they have been shown to perpetuate existing biases. A biased AI in courtroom could mean the difference between freedom and incarceration for many, especially those from marginalized communities. Perhaps one of the most chilling ethical questions is the weaponization of AI. Autonomous weapons and AI driven drones are being developed to make decisions about life and death without direct human intervention. This raises a critical question: should machine ever be trusted with such power? The possibilities of AI powered warfare brings us closer to a reality where conflicts are fought not by humans but by machines that might lack any understanding of ethics or humanity. AI also raises significant concerns about data privacy. Every time you use a service powered by AI, your data is being collected, analyzed, and often monetized. But who owns that data? How it is being used? The lack of transparency in how AI handles our personal information is a growing ethical issue, especially as tech giants continue to profit from data driven insights. The ethical dilemmas in AI are complex and interconnected. On one hand, the technology offers incredible benefits from improved healthcare diagnostics to personalized services, but on the other hand, it also poses risks that challenge fundamental human rights, fairness, and the very definition of what it means to live in a free society. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we must ask who decide how these technologies are used? Are the benefits worth the ethical trade offs? And how do we ensure that AI serves humanity without compromising our core values? As AI systems take increasingly critical roles in society, one major question lingers. When AI goes wrong, who is held accountable? In this chapter, we'll explore the growing accountability problem, a dilemma that's becoming more urgent as AI becomes more autonomous and integrated into our everyday lives. AI systems are designed, trained, and developed by a team of developers, data scientists, and business leaders. But what happens when this system fails, causing harm? Is it the developers who are to blame for faulty code, the companies that deploy the AI, or the data that feeds it? The answer is rarely straightforward. Consider the case of autonomous vehicles. When a self driving car crashes, who is responsible? Is it the company that created the car, the developer who programmed the software, or perhaps even the government for not having strict enough regulations? In many cases, there is a legal gray area. No one can be held fully accountable because the fault lies in a complex combination of factors. Bias in AI is another key area where accountability is murky. When a hiring algorithm unfairly discriminates against candidates based on race, gender, or background, who takes the blame? Is it the developers who failed to account for bias in their code, the company that deployed the algorithm, or the historical data that introduced the bias in the first place? One of the biggest challenges in holding AI accountable is that many systems operate as black boxes. Even the expert who create these models often cannot fully explain how they arrive at certain decisions. When an AI system makes a wrong or harmful decision, tracing the root cause can be nearly impossible, making accountability a daunting task. The stakes are even higher when it comes to autonomous weapons and AI driven military systems. If an AI controlled drone mistakenly targets civilians, who bears responsibility? The chain of accountability in such cases is tangled in layers of complexity, from the developers and military officials to the governments and international law framework involved. Yet, despite these layers, real victims suffer from these errors, often with little recourse for justice. As AI becomes embedded in critical areas like finance, healthcare, and law enforcement, the question of accountability is no longer theoretical, it's urgent. When an AI system wrongly denies someone a loan or misdiagnosed a patient, it's not just a technical failure, it's a failure of ethics, governance, and responsibility. Regulating AI and assigning accountability is a complex task that involves multiple stakeholders: governments, corporations, developers, and even the public. Some experts argue that AI companies should be held to the same standard as the other industry, facing penalties for negligence and requiring transparency in their systems. Others suggest that the new framework are needed given the unique nature of AI. Ultimately, if we cannot establish clear lines of accountability, we risk creating a failure where no one is held responsible when AI goes wrong. As AI continues to evolve, ensuring that someone is always accountable is essential, not just for justice but for trust in this technology. As AI continues to advance, it's not just reshaping industries, it's redefining entire economies and societies. In this chapter, we'll explore the economic and social disruption caused by AI, from job displacement to deepening inequalities and the ripple effect these changes could have on our future. Automation has long been a concern, but with AI driving more sophisticated machines, entire job sectors are now at risk, from manufacturing and retail to logistic and even creative industries. The rise of AI is making millions of jobs obsolete. The question is, how will we adapt to a world where machines outpace human labor? We're already seeing the effects. Self-checkout system and AI-powered customer service bots are just the beginning. In the near future, we could see a reality where AI handles everything from driving trucks to performing legal research jobs that once provided stable employment for millions. But job loss isn't the only concern. As AI driven technologies become more integrated, the gap between those who benefit from this advancement and those who are left behind is widening. Wealth is increasingly concentrated in the hands of those who control AI infrastructure and data, leaving many struggling to keep up. Big tech companies are thriving in this AI driven landscape, but smaller businesses and traditional industries are struggling to compete. The economic divide is deepening, leading to a world where access to resources, opportunities, and even basic services become increasingly uneven. AI is also transforming consumer behavior. Algorithms now influence everything from what we buy to how we invest. While these personalized services might seem convenient, they come with hidden costs. For some, AI driven recommendation can lead to financial traps, targeted ads that exploit vulnerability, and even a loss of personal agency. The educational landscape is also changing, with AI driven learning platforms gaining traction. While they promise personalized education for all, not everyone has equal access. Rural communities and underprivileged areas often lag behind, creating a digital divide that only widens existing inequality. As AI reshapes cities into tech centric hubs, those without access to this advancement risk being left out of the digital future altogether. This two-speed world could lead to a new forms of social stratifications, where a tech-empowered elite thrives while others struggle to adapt rapidly evolving reality. So what can be done? Proposals like universal basic income, job retraining programs, and rethinking our economic systems have been put forward as possible solutions. But the road ahead is uncertain. Without proactive measures, we could face a future marked by widespread unemployment, social unrest, and deepening divides. The economic and social impact of AI are already being felt, but we are still in the early stage of this transformation. The choices we make today, how we regulate, innovate, and distribute AI's benefit, will determine whether this technology leads us towards a more inclusive and prosperous society or future defined by inequality and division. As we reach the final chapter of our journey through AI's dark side, we must ask ourselves what lies ahead. Will AI lead us to future of unparalleled progress and prosperity, or are we on a path toward peril and division? In this chapter, we'll explore both the promise and the potential pitfalls of AI future. On one hand, the promise of AI is undeniable. AI has already begun revolutionizing healthcare, enabling faster and more accurate diagnosis, optimizing treatment plans, and even accelerating drug discovery. In the coming decades, we could see AI curing disease once thought incurable, extending human lifespan, and enhancing our quality of life in a way we barely imagine. AI also holds the potential to tackle some of humanity's greatest challenges, from fighting climate change to feeding the growing population. AI driven solutions could help us create a more sustainable and efficient world. Smart grids that optimize energy usage, autonomous farming that reduce waste, and advanced simulations that predict environment shifts. These are just a few examples of how AI could be a force for good. But alongside these promises, the perils of AI's future are equally daunting. We have already seen how AI can be misused for surveillance, control, and manipulation. In a world where algorithms govern access to resources, opportunities, and even rights, who get to decide how these systems are designed? And how do we ensure that they remain fair, transparent, and aligned with human values? As AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives, the line between real and a virtual blur. From virtual companions that enhance human interaction to immersive digital worlds that offer an escape from reality, the question is, will this advancement enhance our humanity, or will they disconnect us from what truly matters? The economic disruptions we discussed earlier could also become more pronounced. As AI continues to automate more tasks, the risk of mass employment and social inequality grows. Will society adapt with new economic models like universal basic income, or will the gap between the AI powered elite and the rest of the society widens further? The future of AI will be shaped not just by technological innovations but by the ethical and political choices we make today. Regulations, transparency, and accountability will be crucial in ensuring that AI develops in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few. But striking the right balance between innovation and control is a challenge that has yet to be resolved. So, where do we go from here? The future of AI is still unwritten. It could lead to a world of abundance, creativity, and freedom where technology serves humanity's highest aspirations, or it could lead us down a path of control, inequality, and lost freedoms. The choices we make now will determine which of the futures become our reality. We have explored the bright and dark sides of AI, from spectacular breakthroughs to devastating failures, from ethical dilemmas to economic and social disruptions. As we conclude this journey, one thing is clear: AI is not just a tool, it's a transformative force that will define our future. But how it shapes that future is up to us. The potential of AI is enormous. It can cure diseases, solve global challenges, and enhance our lives in a way we never imagined. But it also has the power to deepen inequalities, erode freedoms, and disrupt societies. The duality of AI means that the stakes have never been higher. We must strike a balance between innovation and responsibility. This balance won't be easy to achieve. It requires collaboration between governments, tech companies, researchers, and public. Regulations must evolve to keep pace with technological advances. And we need ethical frameworks that ensure AI serves humanity's best interest. This is not just about building smarter machines, it's about building smarter society. And let's not forget the future of AI is not just in the hands of experts or policymakers, it's in all of our hands. Whether we are developers, users, or simply citizens, we each have a role to play. By staying informed, asking critical questions, and demanding transparency, we can help steer AI in the right direction. The road ahead has two distinct paths. One leads to the world where AI empowers us to reach new heights, where its benefits are shared and its risks are managed with care. The other leads to a future where AI amplifies divisions, erodes trust, and diminishes what it meant to be a human. The choice is ours to make. In the end, AI is a mirror. It reflects our values, our priorities, and our aspirations. If we approach it with wisdom, foresight, and commitment to common goal, AI can be a force for progress. But if we let short-term gains, unchecked ambitions, or apathy guide us, the consequences could be dire. That's a wrap from today's tech deep dive. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your fellow tech enthusiasts. And if you are new to the B2Q Innovations family, subscribe to stay updated on the latest tech trends, tutorials, and reviews. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.